Yeah, so in terms of capacity, oftentimes individuals, depending on how much the risk limits are available, they just might not be able to get the full layer. So if you're talking a home that's worth 10, $15 million in total exposure there, they might only be able to get, $1 to $5 million through the traditional markets. In terms of certain areas, you see where carriers have pulled out, and that's due to their London capacity, biting back and dropping their capacity. When you go back to what happened with reinsurance rates back in January, effectively what happened was that you saw the reinsurance renewal rates actually go up quite dramatically, and the retention, the attachment point where the reinsurance actually kicked in, increased as well. And because of that, you saw that a lot of these London suppliers actually are taking on more exposure. So to mitigate that, you're seeing increased rates and the lowering of risk limits available. I think the big thing when you're actually talking about parametric is just really training folks to have that conversation. It feels like there has to be a shift away from, what is the competitor's pricing and let's kind of slide under that. That just doesn't seem to work as well. I think when you talk about this with clients, it has to be, hey, what's your budget? And like you said, let's customize a package that kind of fits and meets that box. Especially in risk exposed areas, some of the pricing on this stuff can be pretty high. So you kind of have to be aware of that up front. It doesn't necessarily, but it can be pretty high. This is a pretty new topic here in the United States, and so I think the other big aspect is partnering with a flood specialist who actually understands modeling and can speak to a lot of that and can actually give advice. I think those are some of the keys here.